Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Agave Talk, your number one source for everything agave. We appreciate you being here with us today. Very excited. I've been wanting to try this brand out. Very curious, just the story behind it, the products that they're offering. This is Tequila Penta. Yes, this is Tequila Penta. Really unique bottles and packaging. You can see the Penta is for that pentagram. I think right here you can really see how it shows out. That five-sided bottle. There is a reason behind that, and we are about to share that story with you. So this tequila, we're going to be doing the entire flight today. This is actually not a Blanco. This is a Crystal Reposado, a Cristalino Reposado. So a Reposado that has been filtered. We have a traditional Reposado here. And then on the end, we have Añejo. So really cool, especially this. I'm very curious about this one right here. The story goes, and I'm reading from their website, about 20 years ago, there was a winemaker and some close friends in Napa that dreamt of a tequila that honored the history and tradition of agave-based spirits, while also introducing a refinement typically only seen in the wine world. All right. That dream came true. A tequila that has been made by 5 partners inspired by the 5 noble grapes, using agave sourced from all 5 Mexican states where agave for tequila is legally grown. So going back to the Penta name, that 5-sided bottle, we have a lot of representation of 5 up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the lines as well, because this is a partnership between 5 friends who were inspired by the 5 noble grapes, and they are using agave sourced from the 5 regions, all 5 Mexican states, where agave for tequila is legally grown. Amazing, amazing story. You can now see how it kind of all connects together. Really interesting. I'm excited to try these out. Haven't even opened it. You can tell up here that on all of these, I got the plastic still on there. Let's take a look at this bottle. So we have this again. It's what they're calling the Diamante on the box. You can see onto the left side over here. They're diamond on the actual bottle. It's a Tequila Reposado Cristalino. On the labeling here, 5 expressions, 100% agave, 40% Casa Penta. Again, that pentagram there, this embossed glass, raised glass here, and also here as well. Taking a look at the necks. At the neck, I should say. My apologies. Diamante, we have that labeling there. On the back, we actually have this crest, like a metal crest seal. And then here, just some of their regulatory information. And all of these are coming out of NOM 1499. The boxes themselves, too. You know what? I'm going to show you that real quick. The boxes themselves, too, just kind of open up. All of them open up, and it sits inside there, and each box, if you follow us on Instagram at Agave Talk, we've posted actual photo showcase of this, and we zoomed in, and you could read every one of the boxes has its own story describing the tequila inside. So if you've not done so already, please hit that like and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at Agave Talk. All right, so let me put this Cristalino back. Taking a look at the Reposado. All of the bottles are the same. What you're going to see different here is now this is kind of like a gold color, where over here it is that silver color. But other than that, the same thing here. It's a different color, and we have our different label. But other than that, all the same things on there, as well as then finally our Añejo. This is a little darker. This labeling up here is a little darker. This is a little darker. Of course, this label here, Tequila Añejo. And other than that, everything is the same. So what I'm going to do is actually open all of these up. I'm going to pour it out, let it sit for a moment, kind of breathe and aerate. I do have information about the production of each one of these that I'm going to go over while I'm tasting. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information of each of those. I'm going to then give you the nose, the taste, and yeah, you're coming along this journey with us. So I'm about to open these up and we'll be right back. All right, everybody, we are back. You can see we have all of these poured out and letting them sit for a moment to kind of open up. Always put our oldest expression in our Dia de Muertos glass, just tradition here at Agave Talk, all right? So with this one, you know, again, this is not a Blanco. What this is a Reposado Cristalino, and it's their Reposado filtered, all right? And then you have the Añejo. So what I'm actually going to do, is I'm going to taste the Reposado first. Because this Reposado here, it's aged for a full 6 months in combination of barrels to develop rich sipping style. I'm reading this from their website. They're saying it's mellow, velvety, and swirling with Penta's signature flavor of floral notes, bright citrus layered over vanilla, caramel, roasted brown sugar, and sweet soil, which absolutely sounds delicious, all right? So I'm going to start with this because then our Cristalino on the side, all it is their Reposado, but filtered, charcoal filtered clear. So I want to see the difference. We're going to start with this. Very light in color. It's kind of like hayish when it's in the glass. Not very dark at all. Aged for 6 months. Taking a look at the tears on that. Pretty sticky. You know, it's looking like it's not really going anywhere. There it goes. That might play into that velvety feel they were talking about. Taking a sip. Ooh. Sorry, taking a smell on this. Definitely getting brown sugar. Definitely getting kind of that caramelness-ish to it. Sweet soil. Not really smelling a soil, but definitely getting that caramel and roasted brown sugar. It doesn't smell overly additives. I'm not sure. It doesn't say anywhere that it is additive free, but it also doesn't say that it has additives. But it doesn't smell like overly manipulated. Oh man, this Reposado does have a very delicious smell. I'll be honest, it kind of smells like a cake, but it doesn't smell artificial. It doesn't smell fake, all right? A lot of times additives you could just really pick out very clearly, but this, oh man, oh, that smells amazing. Kind of smells like even like zebra cake-ish. If you remember the old school's white and black zebra cakes. Oh, that's interesting. Let's take a sip. Cheers. Okay. Definitely velvety. You are getting that brown sugar, that caramel, some hints of vanilla too. Everything they're saying on their website, I'm absolutely picking up. It does taste like there might be some additives in there, but it's nothing overwhelming. It's definitely complementary in this, and I know that's a touchy subject. Some people, absolutely not. You cannot have additives whatsoever. Others are, hey, it's an art form. Adding the additives can, create something completely new, especially if it's done well. This right here, I would question and ask, hey, does this have additives? But after smelling and tasting the Reposado, at least, it's done in a way where it's a compliment. It really is. I'm not getting anything off-putting from this. Let me take another sip. Yeah, that's an interesting Reposado. Personally, we here at Agave Talk, myself, Reposados are my least favorite expression. However, this right here, everything they said on the website, silky smooth with that brown sugar. I'm really digging the brown sugar and the caramel vanilla balance to that. Nothing overwhelming or, kind of crazy out of this world. That is a very solid Reposado. I'm sure a lot of people will like that. Going over here now to their Cristalino. This is what they're calling their Diamante, their Reposado Cristalino. Taking a look at their website again, just reading some of it. It says they take their Reposado tequila for this and filter it through charcoal to remove the barrel-aged color. All right. So I'm curious. whether it's going to taste similar to this Reposado or not. But once again, it is not the Blanco, all right? It is a Reposado Cristalino. Let's take a smell. Okay. So, it's similar to the Reposado, but I'm actually getting more agave on this one. Even like a hint of smokiness to it, too. Like real subtle way in the back. So, it's not as brown sugar forward. Not as caramel vanilla forward as well. Not only does that charcoal strip the color, it can the flavor slightly as well. So it does smell like that Reposado, but it does have more of an agave-ish-ness to it. Let's take a sip. Oh, that's interesting. So, talk about silky. You're definitely getting a silkiness to this. It coats the mouth. This is going down a whole lot smoother. For lack of better words, it's definitely a little clearer in a taste. Not sure if that makes sense or not. It does taste like the Reposado, but it's more clear. It's more refined. That charcoal filtering through that is going to mute some of those flavors, but they're still there. So it's like tasting this, but it's slightly muted, and that's interesting. Let me take another sip. Give me a moment. So yeah, you are getting, after I took a sip and kind of back into my nose into the cup, it's more of, yeah, it's just all of those flavors from the Reposado just muted slightly. Let me take another sip. Man, that goes down easy. That really goes down easy. That's hard if I had to pick between the two. This is extremely silky smooth. They both are. But it's interesting because you're getting the flavors of the Reposado in this Cristalino, but they are more muted. But it also makes for an even finer drink. Super smooth, going down extremely easy. Oh man, no, I like that too. Let me move this one out the way. And the one I am actually been the most excited for, love Añejos, love extra Añejos even more. And this right here, this is their Añejo offering. And they're saying that it's, when tequila has the luxury of sitting an extra 6 months. All right, so what I'm reading from their website is that this Añejo is a 1-year Añejo, where the Reposado was 6 months, so an extra 6 months makes a year, would classify that as an Añejo. They say they're resting in it in a combination of new and seasoned Hungarian, French, and American oak barrels. So we see a lot of French and American oak barrels. Hungarian, you don't see a lot of, so that's interesting. Yeah, we're gonna check this out. It's definitely darker than that Reposado, that extra 6 months, giving a lot more depth to the color. Taking a look at some of those tiers and legs. Let's get it on there. It's definitely sticking to the glass, not really moving. Let's take a smell. Ooh. Oh, okay. So the caramel is definitely forward in this. You are getting some of that oak. It's like an oaky caramel, like even toasted marshmallow. Wow. Ooh, like a s'mores. Man, this... yes, it's definitely like toasted marshmallow-ish-ness with s'more backing. Kind of like, I swear I'm getting graham cracker and chocolate on this. Oh, man. If you smell the s'more with melting chocolate and you sniff this tequila, absolutely. That's what my brain went directly to, with a kind of caramel oaky undertone. Like you get a little woody on there, but oh man, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Cheers. Let's take a sip. Wow. Okay. So again, I have no idea if this tequila has additives or not. And if it does, if it does, it's done in a way that's so complimentary that it works. It works, and I'm digging it. It's not overly unnatural. You know, some of those flavors, some tequilas you taste where vanilla, it's like a blast in your face, caramel, you're talking, you know, roasted marshmallow, whatever. You can tell it's very manipulated. This, though, if it has additives, I'm not sure. It's done in such a way that it's extremely complementing to the spirit. I am digging this. Let's take another sip. Again, super smooth, super silky. You're getting some of that oak. You have some chocolateness in there. It's depth. It's like it took it to another level. We're thinking like, you know, Inception or something. I like it because you're starting with that Reposado. A lot of great flavors and smells going on. They ended up filtering it, making this Cristallino, which it takes this to another level, another depth. But then when you go all the way over here to the Añejo side, it's like taking it to a whole new level. Penta, this is super cool. I am feeling all of these expressions. I can absolutely recommend these tequilas. Yeah, no, definitely. These are great. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like and subscribe, as well as follow us on Instagram at Agave Talk. We appreciate you being here. We truly love doing flights across brands. And once again, Penta, this is some great stuff. We appreciate you, and we appreciate everyone watching. Thank you so much for being here with us, and take care.